Mm-mm.
What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
How's it
Good,
going?
good, good. I am all the way in Africa, West Africa. We're in Lagos, Nigeria.
Are you with Quad?
No, contrary to no, actually, we're here with Dr. Jackie and some other people. Hey, how you doing? Okay, hey, yeah. So I'm here with Dr. Jackie. We're actually doing some philanthropy work
Oh wow!
and seeing the sights, and we've been experiencing a lot here.
Have you seen Simon Gubadia? Is he there?
I have not. But I will say this, we have a lot of fans over here. It's so surprising. They know who we are in Nigeria. That's so humbling, right?
They watch Married to Medicine?
They watch Married to Medicine. Oh my God, right?
I love that for you. So are you going to be able to like have a deep dive
I
with
am. Nobody's here. It's midnight. Unless I'm interrupting the people in their room. It's midnight. So I'm good.
Okay. Hi, Raindrops. Hi, Boopies. Welcome to tonight's edition of Messy Monday with the one, the only Dr. Heavenly, who is in Africa. Because, you know, she told me before that when women go to Africa, they sometimes go with Quad or Yandy or
I
Point.
Oh, we want to be messy. Let's talk about how you pay them people $2,500.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, no, we start out with that. Actually, when you first start reality TV, you start out with really nothing, right?
We're not going to get into that because
Okay.
child. So we're good there. We're good there. So let's get into in the background. Let's get into tonight's topic of discussion. Okay. Now, were you able to watch Real Housewives of Potomac?
Yes, I saw the important parts. Yes, I did.
Okay. So before we get into that, we have breaking news.
Okay.
The breaking news is Robyn Dixon has been fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what?
What are your thoughts on that? You go first.
My thoughts on that is that I love that she would stand up about it, because a lot of times, most times when people leave reality TV, they are fired. But Bravo is very gracious and they give you an out. They'll say, hey, I was looking into other things. I had so many other projects going on. You know this to be true. Or, you know what I mean? Or they'll give you a lesser contract. For example, if you're full time and they say, okay, well, next season we'll give you 4 episodes in this season, and then you quit. But you really didn't quit. They actually degraded you so you could get fired. So you could leave, a way of exiting you out. One thing I've learned in business is that it's always better for somebody to quit than for me to fire them, because when you fire them, they're disgruntled and they try to do things. So if you can do something for them to quit. So one thing I would say about Robyn is she's a stand-up person because she told the truth. Hey, I got fired. Most people never do that.
Yes. No, I thought it showed her character as a person. And look, one thing I will say this. I know that we appear to give Robyn a hard time, and I want to take the moment to say this. Robyn is a good person. Robyn, obviously, I felt should be off the show only for her mental health. I did not think Robyn could handle the pressures of what it takes to do this show, especially in light of what was going on with Juan. It was obvious that she didn't have the grit to do it. Doing reality TV is very hard. It's a very hard gig to do. And I think when it came to Potomac, some of those women got off scot-free. They thought like, oh, let me go on this show, get fame, make a little money, and let me coast through, right? A lot of them did that. So one of the things that I think she did was realize that everybody has a turn in terms of being in the hot seat. There's not one person who escapes being in the hot seat on reality television, because in the reality of our lives, we don't escape in real life not being in the hot seat and what we go through. We're all have to experience being in the hot seat, but it's more so about how you handle it. And I think Robyn may have coasted a few seasons, and this past season it was evident that she did not have the grit in order to be the main storyline. And that's the reason why I'm happy she was honest. Robyn is a beautiful woman. I wish her nothing but the best. One thing I know about the Housewives franchise, you are always welcome to come back when they see fit. In real life, her best friend is Giselle. So there's always room for reappearance. Like we saw Cynthia Bailey reemerge, right? After being gone for a season. So I wanted this to be a shout out to Robyn Dixon. You are somebody who helped that show be great. And at the end of the day, I wish you nothing but the best. And we'll support you whatever you do next.
I agree 1000%. I think that one of the rough things about being on reality TV is if you don't have backing, meaning your family or some kind of support system, if you will, you know. And the thing about Robyn is that her husband did not give her the support system that she needed to excel in this platform. I mean, had her husband been around and had he been there for her, it might have been a whole lot easier. A lot of times when we go through things on reality TV, because we have, you know, family and friends that love us, you know, we're able to deal with it better. But if she didn't have a backing or a family structure to do that, and my heart goes out to her. And like you said, I'm glad that she did this for her own mental stability, and that she's going to strive and she's going to do well wherever she goes. She's a beautiful woman, and we wish her nothing but the best.
Yes. And the other person, who's that? Oh,
girl, I'm creeping. I'm creeping. You
trying to stack you, honey. Okay, she all in the background, like what's going on? But anyways, we must get into the fact that Candiace Dillard-Bassett is pregnant.
We kind of knew that, didn't we?
I mean,
we said it on our last blog that she must be pregnant and she's taking a break to have that baby, which is something that she needs to do. I mean, these shows can be stressful. I mean, they're trying to fight out there. You know what I'm saying? If I was pregnant, I probably would take a break as well, because definitely she's needed for the show. So I do believe she quit or taking a sabbatical, if you will, in order to, experience that. And that's a blessing. And that's her first child.
Yes, her first child, and she's been going through IVF, I believe, and this is her first child. So we are all happy for Candiace. Listen, let's just get right into it.
Yes, get it.
Okay. I want to ask you this before we get into the season. Now that Robyn is not going to be on the show anymore, what do you think is going to happen between her and Juan? I
think that I don't think he wants to be there. I mean, I hate to even bring it up now, but I don't think he wants to be there. So, I don't know what divorce looks like, but I think that, they're probably not going to physically be in the same household and or in a relationship. I don't think he wants to be there.
Do you think the show was keeping them together?
I think a lot of times the show does keep couples together. I know for a fact on our show, couples are together because of the show.
What couple is that?
I'm not going to say, but and actually it holds you together. But a lot of couples would have separated. On Housewives, on Married to Medicine, a lot of times the show is what holds them together. Without the show, they would leave. Sometimes the women feel like, and I'm talking about on Married to Medicine, because they're married to a doctor, they need to stay married to a doctor to be relevant and sustain and be good on the show. So they'll stay.
You think so?
I know so. I'm speaking facts. Listen, I know so.
Have you been told that by some of these girls?
I have witnessed that. Those are my opinions, but they're strong opinions. Nobody has told me that, no, but I've witnessed that they're there because nobody was as strong as Quad to leave. They felt like, just like Quad, they're saying she's no longer married to medicine, she should go. A lot of women feel like they probably would have to go if they were no longer married to medicine.
Okay. Well, speaking of people are separated, we talked about this last week. The show cliff hung with Gordon saying something that he has to get off his chest. I believe we both agree it had to do something with his health. Gordon is admitting that he has been diagnosed with bipolar 1. I thought that was very brave of him to talk about. You know, mental health in the Black community is something that we're still talking about on a public platform. I just, went to my therapist today at 2 o'clock because no matter, and I want people to know this, you don't have to have a diagnosis in order to seek help in mental health. And my personal thing is this, and I wonder if you agree with this. I think anybody who has a life that is very stressful should seek therapy. I think if you're somebody that deals with a lot of stress, you should seek therapy. I saw my therapist today at 2 o'clock, honey. And I applaud Gordon for being a heterosexual Black man, for admitting something that a lot of people don't even go to the doctors to be diagnosed. And he said he's been dealing with some of these issues since he was in his 20s.
Right.
And you know what made me sad, Heavenly? To know that, listen, we all have fun with Mia. Mia is a fun time. I felt so bad for Mia because when she was crying, as Gordon was saying it, that woman still loves her husband. And I want people to know this because I think tell me if I'm wrong, I believe Giselle even said, why are you crying? Or somebody asked why she was crying. I believe people need to understand this. Just because you moved on from a relationship doesn't mean you lose the love you have for somebody. And I think what Mia is going through that I want people to understand, Mia is going through a grieving process. Mia is grieving the loss of the marriage.
Absolutely.
Yes, she's moved on and all those things, but that is still the father of her children. And the fact that she was dealing with his bipolar episodes without her understanding what was going on, and the fact that Gordon admitted that I took Mia through a lot and she stayed. We need to really give Mia her props for protecting Gordon the way she did, because she never once let us in on that. And we need to give Gordon props for being so open and honest about having bipolar 1, I think he said. So I thought that was super beautiful.
I agree 1000%. And I think that reality TV has its drama and it has its humor and all of that. But I think it was an open door that they actually used this time. The colorism, they kind of missed the mark. But with bipolarism, I take my hat off to Gordon. I do know people in my family that have bipolarism, and it's something serious that people need to deal with, and let it know that it's not a stigma, it's something negative. It's just like having a heart problem or a problem with your thyroid or your kidney. Mental issues are real and they're very prominent in our community, but a lot of people do not talk about it because of the stigma of what's going on. And I do know that bipolarism onset starts in early adulthood, so it was amazing that he talked about that. And then you think about reality TV because you get a small part of somebody's life, and then you're able to formulate an opinion about Mia without even knowing what she's been through or what she's going through. And I thought it was such a pivotal moment that we got to see Mia for who she was. I feel like all relationships are different.
Yeah,
all of them are completely different, and you never know what's working for one person. You can never say what you would do if you were that person. We had no idea that Mia was going through that, and they loved each other enough to allow them. He allowed Mia to move on with her new life, with her new boyfriend or new lover, and she's still willing to take care of him. Now that's real love. You know what I mean? She's getting everything she needs. He's getting everything he needs. And they were able to put it out there. So many people, myself, I don't even know if I would have said that. You know what I'm saying? On reality TV. So I take my hat off to Gordon and Mia. I always loved Mia. I didn't understand their relationship, but this whole reunion, this was the best one yet. The part 3 was the best one yet.
Well, listen, I will say this. I think this part was the best reunion in the show's history because we were getting some real life conversations. And I'm so hopeful that for next season, the intention will definitely be getting back to more personal story that we're seeing with Mia, Gordon, and Ink, that we are going to see. Well, unfortunately, we won't be able to see Candiace and her pregnancy because I think that would have been something great. Before I move on, I want to say this. We got to talk about Candiace not being on the show anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, knowing that she's about to have a baby, I feel that we as the audience have been cheated on her happily ever after.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this woman get married on the show to the love of her life. We saw this woman go through IVF. My heart hurts for Candiace. Because we know that everything happens for a reason. Okay? And I'm not going to get emotional. But as a human being, my heart goes out to her because I know how badly she wanted to be on this show. And she has a lot of supporters, me being one of them. And the fact that we are not able to see this woman share with us the journey of her pregnancy makes me sad. It's sad to me, because we are invested in her, and we are invested in her and Chris. And the sad part is, to me, I don't want the last memory of Candiace being that, you know, she had to fight for her life to get along with these girls. I'm going to skip all over because I want to stay on topic in terms of who we're talking about. So raindrops and boopies, I'm going to like go back and forth with the recap. We're not going to go in chronological order. So work with me here. When I saw that Giselle and Mia and Ashley blamed Candiace for Deborah's actions, I was disgusted. I was heartbroken for Candiace. When Candiace cried a real tear, right? And said, I have to defend myself because no one will be here defending me. Bitch, I lost it in my living room. I lost it in my living room. To when she said, it was, and Heaven, let's talk about it. For me, it was the acknowledgement of her looking around the room saying, at the end of the day, none of you women are here to protect me. So if I have to get a bottle and defend myself, I'll have to do that because none of you women will fight for me. And I felt like Candiace's whole moment on the show has been her fighting for her life to be a part of these girls. And I was so disappointed in Giselle, who wasn't even there, to say I blame Wendy and Candiace when Giselle, you were not even there. You weren't even there. I would have said, Heavenly, real talk, I would have said, you know what, Andy, with all due respect, I wasn't there, so I'm not gonna comment on it. We know you don't like Wendy, and we know you don't like Candiace. We've heard it in nauseam. We know that. Can you, for once, Giselle, I beg of you. And this is the part where I said to myself, who is the real Giselle Bryant? Will the real Giselle Bryant stand up? Because I can't for the life of me understand why you can't have a human moment and say, I wasn't there to comment, to blame Wendy. And then when they said, well, Wendy wasn't around, well, Candiace, it was like, y'all have weaponized Candiace as being a spoiled brat because she comes from money. When at the end of the day, all of you mothers on that stage are raising a Candiace. All of you mothers on that stage are raising your children to grow with generational wealth. All of you women on that show are raising your children to not have to ask for a man to get a house. All of you women on that couch are raising your children to never depend on a man for money and to never depend on people to do things for them. So the fact that you weaponize the very thing that you're teaching your children not to do, and you set that girl up to feel so disregarded, makes me so upset for her, to the point she now has to figure out life for herself, and it makes me sad for her.
I understand everything you said, and it's two parts because you went on. First and foremost, I wasn't sad for her leaving the show. In fact, I was happy for her. Nobody can understand how it feels when you get pregnant for the first time with somebody you love and you're able to actually reproduce. That's why it's been a big thing on our show, big thing for a lot of people that cannot do it, and now she can do it. So I'm very much happy for her.
Yes.
And she gets very emotional. There's no way she needs to go through that whole thing, that whole situation on TV, because she's tried so hard to get here. So I'm happy that she's leaving, but I don't think she's leaving forever. I think she'll be back. That's my thought. That's my hope and my dream, that she's back. Now, talking about the fight, that hit my heart home as well, because on this show, and this is, this is me, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, we're here to verbal spar. That's what we do. We're here to verbally spar, but nobody in this world is to put their brother tucking hands on you, i.e. don't wait till the cameras are down. Don't wait until your mama come in her jeans and tennies with every intention to fight and come at me or anybody else to fight. I stand with Candiace on that shit, because that's what we're supposed to do. If you're not intelligent enough or have the wherewithal to speak up for yourself, you don't need to be here. I'm telling you. And when you're in a situation where somebody's charging at you, I don't know if it's fear. I don't know if it's just your adrenaline gets flowing. But when somebody attacks me or tries to come at me, my mouth get worse. I'm gonna say some fuck shit to you, because now I'm either afraid or so you can't say that she caused it or she drug it on because of her verbal. Because I would call your mama all kind of names up in this brother, and knowing she wants to fight me. So I stand with Candiace on this one. This one, Candiace was totally in the right in my eyes. The cameras were down. Somebody came intentionally to fight her in her eyes. I was not there. However, Giselle, I'm gonna need you to sit down. And a lot of times this happens on reality TV. It's not what happens, it's who it happens to. If she liked the girl, the story would have been different. Giselle wasn't even there. So Giselle automatically is going to go against the person that she does not like. And I don't like that for reality TV. And that's one thing I don't do. Even if I don't like you, I'm going to tell the truth. A lot of people say, Heavenly, you don't have loyalty to anyone on the show. No, I'm not going to lie on somebody just because I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? That's just not why we're here. And I felt for Candiace because she had nobody backing her except her husband. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I felt like, okay, if you're going to fight me, Jackie, you better stand up, bitch. Bitch, you better stand up. You know what I'm saying? I don't make it light of it, but somebody better be here for me when the men are not there, because I know my man got my back. But I felt Candiace in that whole situation, because you cannot say she drug it on because of words, because we're allowed to use words legally. And on the show, it's driven by words. So that's my stance on it. I stand with Candiace on that one.
I do too. And listen, me and you both said this in nauseum. Candiace isn't always right. Mm-hmm. Candiace isn't always, in the right in situations. Just like none of these girls are. No one is perfect.
I've been wrong. You've been wrong. We've been wrong.
We've been wrong. We've all been wrong. I've apologized for many things, child. You have apologized for things. No one's perfect. But the thing that I wish this show had was everybody saying, look, when it comes to this, it reminded me of when on season 8 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya Moore, we were in Miami, and this friend of named Tanya, I believe that's her name. No, Tammy, child, Tammy. A friend of named Tammy had her nephew come. Long story short, the nephew approached Kenya, and then a fight broke out. And then some of the girls said, well, it was Kenya's fault. And Candy, who wasn't even cool with Kenya at the moment like that, she said, look, now we know Kenya can be wild, and we know Kenya has a mouth, but we're not going to sit up here and say Kenya deserved for a man to run up on her. Like, what are we doing here? And that's what I wanted these other girls to say. One more example I'll give Atlanta. I remember when Christopher Williams' wife named Natalie when she came on the show and she was saying to Candy, you know, Todd used to swerve or whatever. He's an opportunist. And I remember all the girls pretty much said, we are Team Candy. You're not going to come on our show as an outsider trying to take down one of our. We may get into it, but no outsider is going to come on our platform and read one of the girls. And I wish that these girls could have said, Deborah, you don't belong here. You want a moment. We may not like each other all the time, but you're not going to come on our show and attack one of our own. That's what I would have hoped for.
I agree with that. And my thought goes out with Candiace. Candiace was emotional about that thing for real. And I saw you get a little emotional too, Carlos.
Well, no, this is the thing about me. The thing about me is this. I'm a Libra. Now, look, all jokes aside, I love what I do. I take pride in what I do for a living. It's a privilege and an honor to do what I do. From a production standpoint, I'm the face of Black reality TV as a producer, right? Mm-hmm. I have responsibility. I take those on the chin. When right is right and wrong is wrong. I've cried plenty of times on my reunions. I love everybody, right? I love all the girls, right? So I felt bad for Candiace only because of this, primarily because I love God so much, and I know you do too, because you always tweet about God as well. Mm-hmm. I love God so much that I know the power of getting on your knees, praying for an opportunity. So when Candiace revealed on my podcast that she prayed to be a housewife of Potomac, and to know that she no longer is on it when she is bringing a new life into this space, child, I had to address it honestly, and it was just really, and I agree with you. Listen, we're happy that she gets to experience a healthy pregnancy and not be in an intense environment, right? Mm-hmm. But my hope for her is that she takes off this season and she does come back, or that she's, you know, hopefully allowed to come back too. So yeah.
I think the show needs her. I mean, some people just are needed for the show. I think that Candiace would definitely be back. That's just my hope. And that's my thought. Being a businesswoman that I am, I believe that they will have her back. But she did need the time off. She's too emotional. She does not need anything that can harm or keep her pregnancy. So I think she's doing the right thing. And I think she'll be back. I really do.
Well, I'm going to pray for that. I'm going to get on my knees tonight, honey, and pray to the Lord, honey, that Candiace gets to come back. Now, what we also need to talk about, child, is this Wendy and Nneka situation.
Mm-hmm. And ironically, I'm in Nigeria right now. So I actually got some insight on what they're talking about. Really, honestly. I mean, I don't want to touch it, because the interesting thing about this is on this side, they really believe in that stuff. They really believe in Satanism, witchcraft. You know what I mean? I don't know, but when they say certain things, they don't even want to talk about it, because if you call somebody a witch, you're ruining their businesses. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be around you, that kind of stuff. And then they might even try to kill you. So there's like 3 tribes here in Nigeria, right? There's 3 tribes. There's 3 big tribes. I wrote them down because I try to remember.
Okay, so just so I'm able to update people, the main storyline this season was Wendy versus Nneka. Before we get,
they're from the same tribe in Nigeria. Which is, you would think that they would get along, because these tribes are very, very proud. You see?
Yes. No. So I said earlier on, so what we discovered on the part 3 reunion was that Carlos King is always right. Okay.
Sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, 99.9. Okay. 99.8. Okay. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. No. All jokes aside, Wendy and Nneka's interesting dynamic was revealed last night. So, Dr. Heavenly, I said on this very podcast months ago that my theory was that Nneka told the producers, I know Wendy, because the way it works, Dr. Heavenly, right? When a new cast member comes on the show or is interviewed, producers ask, who do you know that's on the current cast? As a way of introducing you onto the show through this person, right? I said on my podcast, Nneka probably said to the producers, oh, I know Wendy.
Yeah,
They then went to Wendy and said, you know Nneka? She was like, who? I know of her, but we ain't friends. Well, can you bring her on? Absolutely not, because I don't know her. And I want y'all to understand this. Gone are the days, especially on Housewives. And I'm going to tell y'all why. The reason why Wendy did not want to officialize Nneka as her friend is because when you bring somebody on the show, the audience thinks you got to have this loyalty to this person as your friend. And the example, I'm going to get into you too. The example I'm going to give is this. When Fallon, Simon Gubadia's ex-wife, was brought into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she came through Portia. So the world thought Portia and Fallon were like besties or friends or whatever. They met for the first time on set. And then when Portia married Simon, the controversy was, how can you do that to your friend? And Portia had to defend herself saying, she's not my friend. I met her on set. Like, let's be clear. The moment that was revealed, Housewives have now taken it very seriously. I'm not going to have somebody come on the show through me because I don't know them that well or what they're capable of, and I don't want to be attached to them. And that's what was revealed.
That's absolutely true. There's so many people that have said they know me or know Jackie, and Jackie don't know them, and then they're offended that you met them before. But we meet so many damn people. Jackie does so many speaking gigs, and I do too. And there's people that call me that I met maybe once, and they're a dentist, and they'll say, you know what, I told production I knew you. And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we don't know each other. But that's a way to get on, and so many people do it. And my thought is, Wendy did not know Nneka, but they were from the same tribe, So to me, if you didn't know her, you should have called her up to get to know her. I don't know. But my whole thing is I see why people don't want to bring people in, i.e. I did a lot for certain people to be on the show this year, right? Yeah. To me, I made them a star. And they mad at me because of the things their husband did, or what allegedly, not allegedly according to Quad, but allegedly did. You mad at me, you ratted the wrong people, but you brought them on, and then they come in and they change on you. So would I bring somebody else in? I'd be more skeptical this time, and they see what happens. And then you're responsible, people saying, holding me responsible for bringing her. Like the cast is looking at me like, oh, you brought her. No. So I get exactly what Wendy said. We don't know a whole lot of people. A lot of people we've met before, that doesn't mean I know you. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know you. So yeah. But I think it's just like, me and Dr. Alicia Eglum, right? We're colleagues, and that's just in the dental field, right? You don't want to go up against somebody in your colleague. In the same way, you don't want to go up against somebody that's from West Africa, Nigeria. Not only that, they're from the same tribe. Like I said, there's 3 different tribes, and I learned this while I was here. It's Yoruba.
Tell us what you learned.
It's Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. And from that, they got a whole lot of sub-tribes and all that. But these people are really proud of their tribes. They're like, if you're Hausa, you better than the Igbos and all of this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And they really believe in that stuff. So for them to be from the same tribe, and then Nneka going up against Wendy, that's like looked at, frowned upon with the people in Africa. Like, they don't want you going against somebody in the same tribe. And, I can understand that, because even my colleague, I don't want to go against her because she's a fellow dentist, So I understand that. And it's a lot going on with that. They believe in a lot of different things, and I ain't gonna say what's true or what's not. My religion is a little bit different. A lot of them are Christians, but a lot of them are Muslims as well. There are some Jews and different things, but they believe heavily on the other side. You know what I'm saying? They believe in that stuff. And a lot of times, if you believe it, it's true, So when she says taboo, there's certain things she don't even want coming out her mouth because they believe that those words have power.
Yeah, and that was the part that really made me feel, I felt bad for Nneka, and I'm going to tell you why. I've been very honest about Nneka's introduction to this show, how unfortunately it was not the best setup. I said before that she has this handsome husband that I would have loved to have gotten more information out of their marriage. more out of what she does for a living and who she is. And the fact that it was a 3-part reunion and Nneka spoke for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I was wondering who is that black girl at the end. I didn't know who it was, honestly. To me, honest. But then when they said Nneka, I remembered her name, but I didn't know who that was.
No, that was the thing. It was sort of like, I felt bad for Nneka because the biggest thing for me is I want her to get another chance. You know, I want, because the thing is this, I don't know anything about this woman. I know nothing about her. And it was, to me, a waste of a flute, because where do you go from here? You know, I don't know where she can go from here if she is not asked back. Because the rumor now, just so you know, Dr. Hemley, it's been reported that allegedly Nneka is fired.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that Wendy would not want to film with her. Based on what I've learned here in Nigeria, she wouldn't want to film with her anymore. Based on the things she said about her mother.
Do you want to see more of Nneka?
I don't have an opinion on it. I didn't even know who Nneka was. So I love Wendy. So, you know what I mean? I have nothing against Nneka. I don't know who she is. I don't, you know, but if she comes or goes, it really wouldn't make me a difference. So no, I don't care.
You don't care. So
yeah. I mean, that ain't no shade. I just don't know who she is. Like Wendy don't know her. I don't know her.
Well, she's married to a doctor. Could she be married to medicine?
Well, you know, a lot of times I hear people, and I heard her threw that out there. Married to medicine throws their nets out wide. A lot of people are asked, but few are chosen. I will say that. I mean, you know, people always tell me, oh, you know, as if they, you know what I'm saying? As if they could be here. They're saying, oh, you know, they called me too. They called me too. Listen, they call a lot of people, you know, and few are chosen. I will say that. Few are chosen. So don't throw married to medicine out there, baby, because no, I'm just playing. But no. What kind of doctor is her husband? He seems like a nice guy.
Girl, they barely show the husband what he does for a living. But this again, I literally, and I'm not being funny, I don't know who she is. Right. I know nothing about her. It was
other than she said negative things about Wendy and her mother. That's what I do know.
Yeah,
is that
and this whole thing about their culture, and I thought the whole misrepresentation of the tribe and their heritage, it was just something that I didn't think was entertainment. And if that's something to bring it up once, child, keep it moving. But Wendy definitely wants no parts of it. Wendy was adamant, baby. Wendy sat there and was like, listen, you gotta love Dr. Wendy.
I do. I love the way she addressed Ashley. Like, what do you know
about it?
No, not you, her. Because she talk about shit she don't even know what it is. So why is she speaking on it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is either, but I know a little bit more because I'm here.
Well, you're in the continent. So the thing is, Ashley was dead wrong for bringing it up. Ashley said she was told this, and let our imaginations go wild with that. But the fact that Ashley got the information wrong and it became this whole thing, Wendy checked Ashley real tough and was like, what we're not going to do is have you sit up here and and try to even say more to it. The way Wendy clocked Ashley and shut her down was the most beautiful part of the reunion to me, because I do feel like Ashley gets away so much with being like, oh, that's Ashley. She's cute. She's young. She's short. She's bubbly. And she gets away with being messy, and nobody holds her accountable. And the woman who did hold her accountable is not coming back to the show. So I love the fact that Wendy clocked it. Wendy checked her. Ashley and her RuPaul's Drag Race wig, you know, sat there looking dumbfounded, like, well, I don't want to say too much, so you just sit there. And then, speaking of Ashley, she revealed that she rubs her estranged husband's feet every night. Like I said to y'all again, because y'all love to read me, I'm always right. I said to y'all before, Ashley and Michael Darby are not getting a divorce. He does not want to film for the show, so she had to make up an excuse as to why you won't see him ever again on the show. He has Juan Dixon his way out of filming, and she has to come up with the storyline, I'm still dating. How are you still dating somebody and rubbing their feet with Ben Gay and Asper cream on a nightly basis? She says she does it every night.
I think what she was trying to say is before she was lying about the divorce, but now she is actually now saying that she's going to go through a divorce now because she says she massaged with a D. Remember, she said, don't forget the D. Massage. She used to massage his feet. So her whole story, yes, last year was that she was going through the divorce, which was not true. But now she is going through a divorce because I think they asked her, will she get a lot out of the divorce? And she said she'd get a handsome, stipend or profit out of the divorce. So I didn't see the love there. You know what I'm saying? I see the love with even more with Mia and Gordon. I never really saw the love with her and her husband. So, hopefully everybody in a better place. You know what I'm saying? People do what they got to survive. Ashley is a beautiful girl. Like you say, I love Ashley, but I can't be mad. I mean, people do what they need to do to get where they need to go. I ain't even gonna talk about it. So hopefully she gets everything she wants out of life.
Well, she has everything she wants out of life. If I had a job where I get to show up and make all this money by bringing on Deborah to fight battles, if I get to be on a show having a clothing line that we don't see much of today, I mean, where's the website? Where's the link for me to purchase?
All she gotta do is ask Sheree, right? How to do it. Sheree can tell her.
Sheree can. She can.
Right.
You were at the fashion show.
I was there. Yeah, she got a whole line out there. So
did you buy the clothes?
Pretty funny. I hope she gets. I think that marriage was a beard, right? It was a beard, right? She was his beard.
No, well, that's alleged.
That's what it looked like. I mean, Andy revealed on the thing. He said on TV, I was there. He said that the man grabbed his butt. No straight man grabs people's mutts.
Well, let's.
I mean, it is true. It is what it is. But
I
whatever.
I don't know, child. All I know is she ain't getting no divorce anytime soon. That you don't think so? That I can tell you. That ain't happening.
Everything's financial probably for her. So whatever benefits her financially is what she's gonna do.
Yes. No, that ain't happening.
I mean, I can't be mad at that. Honestly, when you got kids, I can't be mad at that.
No, listen, I think at the end of the day, when she revealed that she met Michael said quit your job and travel the world. I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. And listen, that's the life she chose to live. No one's mad at it. It is what it is. But I just think, listen, no shade. I wish Ashley would have stepped down. I just don't think
down if y'all didn't ask me to if I was Ashley. I wouldn't have done it. No, I ain't mad at Ashley shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe she should have, but I wouldn't have done it either. If y'all gonna pay me to come in and do what I do, I would stay and do it. You know what I mean? So
yes. No, but I think the time is up for her. So what did you think about the ending of this reunion? Because I just don't know where to go from here.
It's going to be an interesting dynamic to see it next season. Where does Giselle go without Robyn? That's a question. Okay.
Yes.
Where does Ashley go without Candiace checking her ass? Okay. The Grand Dame will always be the Grand Dame. She will be the fence, if you will, like she always says she is. Wendy is always going to hold her ground. So I think that we'll see a new dynamic. I think that, like you say, everybody has their season. Everybody has the stuff that they need to go through and stuff like that. And they trying to set up next season for my ignorant tail. I promise to God, they got so much coming at me next season. I'm like,
I ain't know this already.
Okay. Call me later, child. Call me later. I'm just like, really? Wow, what y'all, where y'all getting this? What's going on? Okay. Whatever, let's handle it, okay? Because at the end of the day, I still got my man.
So somebody who is coming for you doesn't have their man anymore.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying it's a lot of stuff. So everybody had a season, So it's all about how you respond to it, though.
Are you bringing on somebody as your friend?
We're going to pray all through it, up and through it. I can't reveal. I ain't saying shit else, Carlos. But But I think that season 11 is going to be great again. I think season 10 was good as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make sure season 11 is good as well. We're gonna give everything we got. We're gonna throw it down for you guys, and we're gonna put it down. Yep. But Housewives of Potomac, I'm excited because this whole season seemed to be a little bit dragging, if you will. But in the end, Mia kind of brought it together, and the reunion was excellent. So it gives me a lot of hope for season. What are they on now? To 9. It'll be 9 next year. Season 9. They gonna bring
season 9.
I love their level of class. I do. I love that. Like you say, Robyn explained to you that she was fired. I love that about her. I love Karen Huger. I love the way that Wendy checked Ashley for speaking out of turn. I just think that their show is on a certain level that I love it. You know, it was unfortunate they had a fight. Who's to blame? I don't know. But whoever started it needs not come back ever. I mean,
yeah, no, Deborah should not come back. No.
Yeah, never.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. And that's the thing. I think the biggest thing for me is the fact that Giselle no longer has Robyn. So that's going to be interesting to see how she gets in the mix. I guess she has Ashley. Karen is going through some personal stuff that, you know, we may see on this upcoming season. Mia once again has the best story. There's a lot going there. Dr. Wendy,
we want to see how that portrays, like how she's going to take care of Gordon and still have another male interest. You know, that's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, no, this show has become Mia's show.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mia was the underdog. Mia was the dark horse, and it's evident that this show has become hers. And my hope is that at the end of the day, we get back to the personal story and the fun that we saw in earlier seasons. And maybe with the dismissal of Robyn, with Candiace, you know, leaving and being pregnant. And then they're rumoring that Nneka is gone, which I kind of want to see Nneka only because of this. It's like when Anna Marie on Beverly Hills got let go. I felt like we didn't get a chance to see a lot of her. And I don't know. I feel bad for Nneka. I'm just going to say that. I don't. You don't? I'm alone in this?
You're alone on that one. You know, I agree with you if I do, but I don't. I think that it's a great show. It's going to continue. You could learn a lot about it, about transparency. And like I said, my hitting home for me is Gordon, because Gordon was transparent. He told everything, and you could just understand where Mia's coming from. At first, I was, you know, I ain't gonna say judging, but judging. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you got this. But she's actually the person that's holding all this together. She's actually the person that that is taking care of Gordon. And my hat's come off to her. No, that was next door. My hat goes off to her, and I, you know, anything I can do to support her in that, because I know that has to be very difficult dealing with that. So God is good.
Yeah. So the other thing too, before we wrap things up, is breaking news. Do you watch Beverly Hills Housewives?
I don't on a regular, no.
Do you know Crystal? Crystal is the Asian American woman who was married to somebody that has something to do with Lion King.
Okay.
Doesn't ring a bell? So well, she announced.
I know the people of color.
So, well, she's Asian American, so she's of color, Dr. Emily. You mean the black folks. Okay, fine. So the thing is this. She revealed that she is not coming back to the show either. That just came out a few minutes ago, so I wanted to address that. But you don't know her, and that's fine. But
did
again,
announced your show coming back out? Because I saw that. Can we talk about that?
Talk about what?
Huntsville, the new date for Huntsville.
Oh yeah, so Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back May 4th, which is a Saturday, 8:00 7 Central.
I can't wait for us to review it.
So yeah, so this is the thing. So on Messy Monday, breaking news, raindrops and boopies, Messy Mondays is now going to be about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Woo! Dr. Heavily and Carlos King is going to, on a weekly basis, recap every Monday the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yes.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is going to be good.
I'm ready.
I can't wait for y'all to see this. And then make sure y'all catch Love and Marriage DC Part 1 reunion and finale that airs Saturday. Part 2 and Part 3 of the reunion is coming up. And also, there's just so much going. No, I can't talk about that yet.
How many episodes did the DC show have?
Oh my God. So they broke it up in 2 seasons. So
Okay.
it's a total like 20 something. It was a lot,
Okay,
but it's because they broke it up. And again, I'm on tour, guys. Reality with the King is on tour. So Messy Monday we won't do Messy Monday next Monday because I'll be in Atlanta on my live show with Tamar Braxton. So I think tickets are sold out now, but look on the website because this morning we had 6 tickets left and that was at like noon.
And you got my seats, right?
Ah!
You got my seat. Jackie coming. I'm bringing my girls with me.
Wait. How many people you bringing with you?
Enough. Give me about 4, 5 seats.
Heavenly, I'll call you later, girl.
It's closed, y'all. We ain't got no more room. I'm gonna pay for them. You got them. It's sold out, boo.
Oh, you and Jackie are coming, right?
Yeah, we coming.
Okay, I got you and Jackie.
Yeah, we coming.
Okay. So, and then my Love and Marriage DC live show is happening on Mother's Day. So get your tickets on my website, kingdomreign.com. Kingdom, REIGNENT.com. Dr. Heavily, you are in Lagos?
Yeah, I'm in West Africa. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes. I'm in
And
Nigeria.
You're having the time of your life.
The time of my life, I saw the point of no return where they took the slaves. We actually got so much set up. We've been to Victoria Island where the rich folks are. And then we're going to Sango, something tomorrow with a real poor. They don't even have running water, Carlos, but we're going down to the sea bottom. Jackie, oh man, I got to talk about this. I'm going to vlog about my Nigeria trip later on. But I didn't realize that Jackie helped build a school down here. She actually built wells to get water into that village. Jackie has done so much stuff, and she never mentioned it. And I just found out when I was here because they spoke of it. I was like, Jackie, why is this not on Married to Medicine? She said, they spoke about it, but they never did play. That's the kind of shit we need to see for real. Yeah, so Jackie has really, really done a lot for the people here.
Shout out to Dr. Jackie. Shout out to her for doing something so much for the continent Africa. So tell Dr. Jackie, is Curtis there too?
Yeah, Curtis is here. He is here. He wanted to let y'all know he is here, okay? He's in Africa doing stuff. We saw what he does. They built basketball courts over there at the schools. They built all this stuff. They got a running well over there, water well for all the people in the sports to use. So Curtis has been overseeing that whole thing. And yeah, he be working here and in the DR, he be working. So, that's right.
Yes, we love that. All right, well, get you some sleep because shout out to Dr. Heavily. It's like, what, midnight over there?
It's midnight. It's almost 1 a.m. Yes.
Okay, so get some sleep. I love you, sis. Thank you so much for stepping into
the world. I love doing this with you, Carlos, for real.
And I'll see you and Dr. Jackie on next Monday.
Yes, Monday. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Yeah.
All right,
see you later. Y'all have a great night.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Bye.